Morning, everyone. I want to introduce you to Jesse Wente. Jesse's from TIFF. He's one of the directors of film programs, I guess it is. You know, you've been in the business for so many years. This thing called Technicolor, for people at home that don't really understand what it is, it's before 3D animation and before what we see today. Tell me a little bit about Technicolor. Well,
Technicolor is a company that brought color to motion pictures, and they started doing that in the 20s. They're celebrating their 100th anniversary this year, and over the years they've brought color in a variety of different ways, but perhaps most famously through their three-strip Technicolor process, which brought us some of the most beloved movies of all time. Things like Wizard of Oz, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Singing in the Rain were all shot using that specific type of process, and why the colors are so vivid in those movies.
And that's what you're celebrating over the next little bit over at the Lightbox. You're going to be showing some of these films. One of the things that brought to color was Dorothy's shoes, right?
Yes, yeah. The famous ruby red slippers, and that incredible transition from black and white to really show the Technicolor process in the Wizard of Oz. And the shoes are not nearly as vibrant as they appear in camera. And what's interesting with Technicolor is that the film is still black and white. They actually shoot the light. The light is divided through colored prisms, which is where you actually get the vivid color. And then they press dye onto the old celluloid film. That's how you would actually get that color. So no print would be exactly alike, and you'd get sort of different variations, but it wouldn't fade like traditional color would, and that's what made Technicolor so special.
It sounds like time-consuming, a lot of money, too.
That's for sure, yeah. And they used to shoot, it would get so hot, they invented bright lights, studio lights like we have here, for Technicolor, because the camera needed so much light to get in. The actors used to sweat through their costumes on set. It would get 170, 180 degrees on these big sets. The camera was so loud, they encased it in a steel box called a blimp, because you couldn't record sound on set otherwise.
We got a picture of one of the cameras as well. There's only 29 cameras that were ever made. Number 26 is over at the Lightbox.
That's right. This camera weighs 100 pounds, Frank, just by itself. And it used to come with a crew of 12 people that would help the filmmakers actually use the entire Technicolor process, everything from lighting to the actual shading to the post-production, the film stock, everything came as part of the package.
So what Technicolor films are over at Lightbox right now?
So just tomorrow we're going to show one of the great Technicolor movies, The Adventures of Robin Hood, with Errol Flynn and Basil Rathbone. We've got film Apocalypse Now, one of the last films shot with true Technicolor dye transfer process. We're showing that. Red Shoes, which, if you remember Black Swan, is the original Black Swan. This is a movie made in the 1950s, one of the most gorgeous films ever made. And we're celebrating all of these movies. Rear Window from Alfred Hitchcock. So really a look at all the great Technicolor films and movies that I think we all know and love, and it's really Technicolor that made them so vivid in our memories.
In our memories, of course. And what I like about Oz, too, is it starts off in black and white and moves over to color.
That's right. You really get to see the vibrancy. And if you look at all color films, you can tell a Technicolor film, because the richness of the color is just different than in any other process.
Yeah, so it's called Dreaming in Technicolor. It is on now at TIFF Lightbox. Head to breakfasttelevision.ca for more information. And Jesse, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
To living in color, my friend, to living in color. Okay, we got a colorful weekend ahead. We'll have details on weather, of course, traffic, and much, much more right after the break. It's awesome. Yeah, it sounds like it.